everything is your fault and nobody's gonna save you. Like literally nobody's gonna save you. Unless your parents are rich as fuck, which most people's aren't, nobody is going to save you. You cannot rely on anybody as a man. The situation that you are in right now, maybe you're living in a shitty house, shitty life, shitty apartment, shitty car, that's all your fault. Like, it's all your fault. It's nobody else's fault other than you. Maybe you grew up in a shitty house, didn't have parents, didn't have this, you grew up broke, you weren't around money, you had this happen, that happened. It doesn't fucking matter. That's your problem. It's not your fault what you're born into, but your situation you're in right now is your fault. Because as a man, you are able to control every aspect of your life. Your brain is a very powerful tool, and you can construct your life exactly how you want to live. I grew up not really poor, but not even like, I wouldn't even say middle class. Like whenever I was first being brought up, regular little house in a shitty town. And then, our houses were like $20,000, you know what I mean? Like this was back, I was born in 2003. So very, not the nicest houses. They weren't bad, you know what I mean? I'm not complaining, but I didn't grow up rich. My dad's car was like $2,000. My mom's car was like $1,000. My dad made like 10, 12 bucks. I think whenever I was born, my dad was making $7 an hour, working full time. My mom didn't have a job, so do the math of what we were living off of. And yeah, dad ended up going to college, so it was up to my mom to provide for us. Let's just say I just grew up with no money pretty much. And my family didn't start making money until I was out of high school. My mom started a business. My dad started making more money at work. He's got, he climbed the ranks up over the years. So he's doing good. My parents are doing good now. They both cut nice houses and stuff. But growing up, that wasn't the case. And I think most people have a similar situation. You grew up in not the nicest houses. And whenever I was in high school and younger, I always was like, my mom will help me, and my parents will help me. So yeah, they did give me money here and there for food. Like they would send me like 15, 20 bucks. Here, go get you some McDonald's, or you know what I mean? That was kind of what they helped me out if I needed it. But as I kind of got around 19, 20 years old, I started to realize like I'm becoming a man and I cannot rely on anybody else but me. I shouldn't have to ask my family for money. I should be giving my family money. Like it should be the other way around. And once I started realizing that, I started working jobs. I started, I finally moved out. I was 19 years old. I got got an apartment, started splitting places with people, and ended up not being able to afford the apartment, so I got kicked out. Back with my family again, and ended up I was like, dude, I gotta make money online. I gotta start this shit. I wanted to be rich. Like I genuinely wanted to be rich. And I knew it. And I lived in a small little town, so decided to start posting on social media. I did that for years. Nothing came out of it. And finally I came across like UGC, TikTok shop stuff whenever I just turned 20. And the story, it made like $10,000 or $15,000 profit my first month. Ended up making like $400,000 my first year doing it. The next year was like $300,000. And then this year, I don't even know how much money I made this year, but now we're in Miami. I'm 22 years old. And if nobody would have, and if I wouldn't have had that urge to get out and do what I needed to do, none of this would have been possible. So if you're a man watching this, nobody is going to save you. That's what I told myself. Nobody's going to save me. Nobody's going to help me. If I want to get to where I want to get, I have to do it on my own. I have to achieve these things on my own. So that's what I did. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. And I'm going to continue to take care of myself, my girlfriend, our pets and stuff. And also on the journey of getting rich enough where I can take care of my whole family. You know what I mean? That's kind of the goal with everybody, right? You want to get so rich that you can take care of everybody. And I'm kind of in that phase right now where I was going through kind of like, what's the word? Materialistic. I got a McLaren. I had a G-Wagon and a McLaren at the same time at one point. Got a really expensive apartment right over there. I can actually see my apartment from right here, 40th floor, Miami. And I've been here for a few months, and I'm just starting to realize like this isn't really the point of it. Like this is nice, but I'm thinking about going back to my hometown and just getting a nice house, big house on some land, and just getting a regular truck and like traveling and like actually taking, saving money for the future and building businesses. I think that's the real goal after all this, because I've already been making the money for a couple years now as a man. So if you're watching this at this point, what's going to happen? You are going to make the money. You are going to get, rich or whatever. I mean, I'm not rich, but you're going to start making that $30,000, $50,000 a month, and you're going to be like, holy shit. And you're going to start traveling, and you start doing cool shit, and you're going to buy some cool shit, and you're going to blow a fuck ton of money because you think you got all this money now. So that's what's going to happen at first. And I'm starting to realize now, after like 2 years of doing this, it's like, it's not really fulfilling or anything. It's not really that cool at all. I mean, it's cool, people video you when you drive your car and stuff, and like, people will always ask you, what do you do? What do you do for work, bro? Car's crazy, man. Like, people dick sucking you all the time. I get so many fucking messages on my phone. I don't text anybody back. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I have hundreds, thousands of messages at this point that I've just never opened. And it's just not doing anything for my life. And people just wanting to have that connection just because you have a cool car, or just because they see your face online or whatever. I don't know. But I feel like I'm going away from the main subject, which was nobody's gonna fucking save you. So you got to do it on your own. It's gonna take a lot of work. It's gonna take years of work, actually. What you got to do is you got to find something that you want to do that makes money. Figure out some way to make money. Figure out some way to make $1,000, and then do that a couple hundred times. And then you'll really be in a really good position at that point. You'll have a bunch of cash set up if you don't blow it. And then just figure out a way to scale. That's really all it is. You can even break it down, like figure out how to make $100, and then how do you scale that? Like, how do you do that 100 times? And then how do you do that 1,000 times? That's all it is getting rich. Just figuring out something that makes a little bit of money, and then just scaling the fuck out of it. Just spamming that trigger. At least for me, that's what I did. I found something that made me some money. I made $30 my first day doing it. And I just spammed it out. And now I've done over $6 million in sales doing that same thing. And day one, I'd done like $20. You know what I mean? So it's like, figure something out and then grind at it for 2 or 3 years. That's what I've done. I grinded for 2 years every single day, hours a day working on the business. And that's just what you got to do. It's 2 years of bullshit. And I've heard this from so many people. It's 2 years of bullshit to get out and catch the break so you can finally breathe and enjoy the money and shit. But yeah, now I'm trying to figure out how to retire my bloodline. So we're trying to build a consumer app studio. I want to have like 20 apps that are generating us a couple $1 million a month. A couple $1 million a month in revenue. Reinvest most of that back into the business. Do that for a couple years. I'm gonna be stupid fucking rich. I could easily buy a couple houses out here, retire my family, travel the world. That's the point of all this, right? It's just taking care of everybody, family vacations, family trips, spending time with people. That's the point of all this. So nobody's gonna get that to you. Nobody's gonna do that for you. And you're honestly watching this, that's probably never gonna happen to you because you're probably not gonna put the work in. But if you genuinely want this life, you genuinely wanna do what I'm trying to do, you just gotta fucking do it. You just gotta wake up, figure out some type of way to make money. You're not gonna make money with it at first, probably for the first 6 months to a year. Right now we're building software, like I said. We didn't make money for the first 8 months. We weren't as focused for the first 8 months. Right now we just passed about $15,000 on our 4th app that we've made. So starting to kind of figure it out. $15,000 isn't shit. That's just revenue we've done on our, I think that's our 4th app we've launched, and that's in the past 3 months. So we're starting to kind of pick up where we're getting revenue coming in on the business. About to launch another one soon. We've been working on it the past 2 months. But Yeah, nobody's gonna save you, bro. You just gotta do this shit. You gotta get out there and fucking grind for a couple years. But I believe in you guys. I hope it works out. I hope you can figure it out. I'll catch y'all later.